what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Match, man, for Paul Match TV. Hit up Paul Match TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time once again. We're glad that you could join us. And we have another great, awesome artist to interview in just a few minutes. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you're watching this on YouTube. And you'll always get the latest interviews whenever they become available. And feel free to comment on the comments section, and we'd love to hear from you there. And don't forget to check, because the first couple of comments will have information about our store, and you can also vote for us on the ISSA Awards. So we hope that you'll vote for us there. And don't forget about our email address, paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. Works for fans as well as band and solo artists wanting to be on the show. Go to facebook.com/paulmashtv. That's our official Facebook page. And feel free to inbox us, like the page, and comment on everything you see there. And we have an official web address as well. And all that will be recapped at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. We now, in a couple minutes, we're going to have Spade from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Very talented hip-hop artist, and I think you'll agree with that. And we'll get to that in just a moment, but first, here's a quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
Okay, it's interview time as promised, and with us we have Spade from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us, Spade.
Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm glad we could, have you on the show today. The first question I asked is, everybody has their own story, so let's hear your story about how you decided you want to become a musician. So tell us.
Okay. All right. I started off doing music. I know I wanted to do music when I was 14 years old. I was raised around music. My dad did music in the church and everything. I grew up in the church, and I sang a lot in the choir. And then I branched off going through school and everything. Everybody was listening to music, having their own genre, their own style, listening to hip hop, rap, R&B, and then I grew into that when I was 14 growing up. And it really hit me, knowing about music. I was like, well, I want to do music. I like music. It's something you like to listen to, something that progresses, that shows you who you are, So what took on to me when I was 14 growing up was like, well, I really love music. I want to pursue it. So me being when I was 14 years old growing up, I started doing mixtapes, singing, doing little shows, little events, to get myself out there. And then once I got myself out there, I was like, hey, this is something I really wanted to do. So I pushed myself to pursue that as well.
Okay, well, that is a good story, and I'm glad that you are making people happy with your music, and that's what's important. So we hope that you'll keep up the good work there.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us about some of your mainstream influences? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of popular hip hop artists that have influenced you in your songwriting.
A lot of artists that influenced me in hip hop would be Lil Wayne, Tupac, Biggie, Nas. Let me think. J. Cole and a couple other artists that I can't name off right now, but a lot of the artists in the mainstream right now influenced me when I was young to where I am now. 'Cause I listen to them every day, sun up, sundown, something new.
Right. Yeah. Well, those are pretty good ones. And like I said, Lil Wayne. It's been a while since I heard that name, but I do remember when he was around, And
Yep.
of course, everybody says Tupac too. You know, it's the oldies but goodies that really stand out, I guess. So,
Yep.
so why don't you tell us about your music and where we can get them? I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of it is streaming, but do you have any physical copies as well? Maybe you could talk about that.
Yes, I do have physical copies of my music on CDs and everything. On platform, I'm getting my YouTube uploaded, getting that started. Getting a Spotify situated and started as well. And let me see, I got my Instagram, my music on my Instagram under Antonio Porter Spades. And I have my music on SoundCloud as well and on Reverb Nation.
Okay, so everybody out there will know how to get his music, and I know it's pretty good because we're getting ready to watch a music video in which I saw. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the song and if there's a story behind the song itself? Maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Okay, the song Riot, which is going to be premiering by my friend Paul Mash. The song What Riot really meant up to me in my life. It was off of my first album that I ever dropped. Actually, got good. It was called Black Butterfly, and the album is about deep depression, what people go through in life, and it's about preventing from suicide, it's preventing from depression, PTSD. It's about stopping people from doing those things and helping people move on to a better way in life. And during that life, I was going through depression, and I was going through anxiety, and it was just a lot of stuff going on in life. So instead of me lashing out, I'd rather lash out on my music to let people know how I feel. And that's something which Riot came about, and that's what I put throughout for everybody to hear.
Okay, well that's good that you're doing stuff like that because there's never enough stuff about anti-suicide. So I think you did a good thing with that kind of a song. So, and as I said a minute ago, we're going to watch that in a minute. But I just want to let you know, I think that's all the time we have right now, Spade. And we want to thank you for being on the show. And we'd love to have you back sometime if you're ever anything to the plug. So maybe you can come back sometime. Excuse me.
Thank you, Paul Mash. Thank you.
Okay, and here's Riot right here on Paul Mash TV, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Riot means something gone in the head, crazy, mentally mind blown. If you know what you're gonna do, get a riot. That's what I'm gonna do. Straight riot. Game. Hey, what's up? It's your boy Spades. This song right here, I know a lot of my people are gonna understand it. My heavy hitters, headbangers, metal rockers.
I just like the sound.
So, I want to start a riot with this, you know what I'm saying? We about to start a riot. We about to go crazy. Let's go. Riot! Riot! Start a fucking riot! 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 Start a fucking riot! 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 Start a fucking riot! 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 Start a riot! Yeah! Start a riot! Yeah! Start a riot! Yeah! Start a riot! Yeah! Start a riot! I'ma start right with you. To the top like I'm Ryu. 2 kicks onto the neck. Bruce Lee, that's what I'ma do. Start a riot with my white friends. Black friends, you can jump in. If you wanna get froggy, go ahead and leap it. Right! I'ma jump in like a fucking ghost. Hey, I feel it down like you fucking wrong. Me, what you mean? Going on the top. I can feel the beat. Freeze! Hey, I feel the beat freezing. What you mean controlling? On the top I'm blowing. Matter of fact, she's stroking on my dick. She falling on the top. I'm going to get my green. My right, please. Start a riot, please. Start a riot, please. start a riot, please. Riot, 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 start a fucking riot. Riot, riot, start a fucking riot. Riot.